Today's tutorial is going step by step and in detail on how to create that perfect makeup base so it looks skin-like, natural, and it's also super glam. Okay, so when you're focusing on the base of your makeup, the most important thing to pay attention to is skincare. So whatever you're applying on your skin before you're applying foundation, you want to make sure to really hydrate your skin to get the base of your makeup to be perfect. So first, I always start with applying a lip balm on my lips. This helps to moisturize my lips before I go in with lipstick. So by the time I'm done with my makeup, my lips are really moisturized, so the lipstick lasts on my skin longer. So I'm using the Fenty lip balm. So number one key is to make sure to cleanse your skin. If you're not going to cleanse your skin, you at least want to get rid of dead skin cells, and I like to use a facial pad for that. So I'm using this one by First Aid Beauty. Now you can go in with cleanser, it will work the same way, but I like to use a radiance pad because it also helps to exfoliate at the same time. And as you can see, these are all the dirt and impurities that you want to get rid of first before applying makeup. Depending on the type of skin that you have, you want to go in with a serum that's perfect for your skin. So I have dry skin, so I'm gonna use an oil serum, and I'm using this one by Versed. This is the Sunday Morning Antioxidant Oil Serum. But if you have more so oily skin, then you want to use a hydrating serum, not necessarily one that contains oils. I would recommend this Versed Just Breathe Clarifying Serum. This one is hydrating and it doesn't have oils. Then after that, I like to go in with eye cream because under my eyes sometimes can be really dry and you want to hydrate your under eyes. You can use a little bit of that serum and just place it under your eyes, but I'm gonna use this one by First Aid Beauty. This is the Retinol Eye Cream. I like this one because I've noticed that it helps to brighten my under eyes, so I don't have that much dark circles under my eyes because it has vitamin C, which helps to brighten up your skin. It's really hydrating under the eyes, and I feel like whenever I apply concealer under my eyes, it feels really comfortable if you place an eye cream before. All right, so next is moisturizer. So you can use a moisturizing cream, or you can use an SPF, or you can use an SPF after you apply your makeup in spray form. But today for moisturizer, I'm gonna use the LANEIGE SPF moisturizer. If you're using SPF moisturizer, you don't have to go in with another moisturizer unless maybe your skin is really dehydrated. But this one is really moisturizing and it doesn't leave a white cast, so it helps to protect my skin. Now, you don't want to just jump right into applying makeup after this. You want to let your skincare settle on your skin for at least like 30 minutes so that your skin really gets the benefits of the product. You want to let your skin really absorb all the nutrients, all these products first, and then go in with primer. But if you jump right into makeup, it can cause patchy makeup when you're blending and you won't get that clean and perfect base. So I'm gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes and then you can go get some coffee, you can make yourself breakfast, and then you can come back and start on the makeup. All right, so it's officially been about 30 minutes. Now we're gonna move on to primer. And for primer, I'm gonna use this Neutrogena Glow Primer and Serum. So this is just basically a hydrating primer, and I love using hydrating primers because they just make my makeup more intact. And then the areas where I usually get oily, which is around this area right here, because I have pores and oils tend to peek through your pores, I'm gonna place a mattifying primer, and I'm gonna use this Cover FX Mattifying Booster Drops. Now, you wanna use a mattifying primer on the areas of your skin that usually get oily. So if you get oily like around your forehead, your nose, your chin, you want to place this primer there. But I only get oily around my nose area, so I'm just gonna place like 2 to 3 drops, and I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna blend that out. I like the base of my makeup to glow underneath versus on top, so I'm gonna go in with this Beauty Pie Luminizing wand. So I'm placing this at the highest points of my cheekbones. As you can see, that's where I kind of have that glow, and I like to place it going upwards so that I can blend it towards the side. So I like to just take my finger and you just want to press that onto your skin, making sure to completely blend it out. I like this one by Beauty Pie because it's very light coverage, so it's not too heavy. It's not going to make your skin look too luminized. And I'm gonna place a little bit on my forehead as well, just to get that natural glow. And then you can use a little bit of that and place it right at the center of your nose, and this one is optional. And I like to blend it in with my finger because it gives more of a better blend than if you're using like a brush. It gives it more of that natural finish. Finally, we can move on to the makeup. So I'm gonna start off with foundation. For foundation, I'm using the Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Foundation. This is like a perfect foundation for all skin types. It's oil-free, it lasts long, it's super easy to blend. It has become one of my favorites. I've been using it for a while. I stopped and I got back at it, and it's like literally one of the best foundations right now. Now, if you're working on a perfect base, you want to always build up your foundation. Don't go in with too much. So I like to take this foundation, place it at the back of my hand, and I like to start off with about that much. And what I like to do is I like to take the foundation and rub it at the back of my hand like this, spread it around, and then whatever applicator I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna use this damp beauty blender. It doesn't have water, it's just like really damp, still wet, but it's not runny. I like to take that and just take a little bit like that at the back of my hand and then go in and apply the foundation. This helps you just build up the coverage so much better than if you're just going in with a lot on your skin, and it's just gonna give you that perfect base for your makeup. As you can see, it's giving a little bit of coverage, not too much, so I'm just basically working on building up the coverage. And I like to start on the areas where I have the most discoloration, which is usually around like this area right here. And then of course you can see I still need a little bit more, so I'm gonna go in with more, about that much. I'm gonna spread it around, and I like to spread it around so that the beauty blender does not absorb majority of the product. While blending the foundation, you want to blend it outwards and not inwards, and you want to avoid placing the foundation at the center of your face because you're gonna go in with concealer. This will give you more of that breathable finish, and it's going to just get your skin to be like skin-like. So taking a little bit of that, I'm gonna place it on my forehead and blend it outwards towards my hairline. And as you can see, this is about as much coverage as my skin needs. It still leaves my skin looking like my natural skin. All right, so next is concealer. So you wanna conceal your dark circles. So we're gonna use two concealers. The first concealer is going to be a medium coverage concealer that helps to cover up discoloration. So I'm gonna go in with the Armani Beauty Luminous Silk Concealer. And so with this concealer, I'm gonna place a little bit around this area. I like to place it here because that is the area of my face that has darkness, and then I like to bring it outwards right there as well because I have darkness around that area. And so taking a damp beauty blender, I'm gonna work on blending that out, and I like to focus my concealer right underneath my eyes. I don't like bringing it all the way down here. So as you can see, that first concealer covers up the discoloration. Then I like to go in with a light coverage concealer, but a lighter shade to highlight. So I'm gonna use this NYX Bear With Me concealer. This is in the shade Sand, which is lighter for my skin. So I'm gonna use that to highlight. So with this concealer, I like to do the same thing, place it at the back of my hand, spread it around, and I put a lot, but I'm not gonna use everything. And then using the sponge, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that concealer on the sponge and use that. And I like to place that right underneath right here. And this helps to highlight that inner corner part of your eye. And I also like to bring this up around this area because this is usually the area of my skin that has the darkness. And doing this also gives your skin a natural contour. And then I like to place a little bit around here as well, where you have more of that darkness. And placing it right here is going to help lift up your face. And then using some of that concealer, I'm gonna place some on my forehead, and I like to focus on the lower part of my forehead. And then I'm gonna place some on the bridge of my nose, and then grabbing a little bit more, I'm gonna place it on my chin area. For the chin area, you wanna use the side that you use for the foundation and go over that because it helps to simmer it down, giving it a natural highlighted look versus you just leaving it like really white right there. It doesn't look natural. Then I like to use what's left over on the sponge and just kind of carve out this area. And I like to focus the area closer towards my hairline, and this will give you a natural contour. Okay, next we're going to add structure to the face. And because I already have a natural contour, I'm not going to go in with an actual contour. Instead, I'm gonna go in with a cream bronzer. I love using cream bronzers because they're easy to blend and they don't give you too much coverage. So it really gives you that natural and smooth base when it comes to the contour. So I'm gonna use the ABH cream bronzer in the shade Chestnut. So I like to place this cream bronzer on my cheekbones to help structure it. And I'm placing a very small amount using this angled contour brush. I'm blending the cream bronzer upwards, and as you can see, it blends easily and it doesn't give me too much pigment. And then I'm also gonna place this on my jawline area, and this is going to help structure up my jawline, and then also a little bit on my forehead area, and this is also going to help structure that forehead. Then next, if you're gonna go in with cream blush, this is the time to do that before applying powder. So I'm gonna use the Hand Cosmetics Roseberry All Natural Multi-Stick. So what I like to do with this is I like to place it at the back of my hand, just like I did with the concealer and the foundation. And then I'm gonna go in with the sponge that I used for the foundation. I'm going to kind of swirl that on that cream blush, and I like to swirl it just to make sure I'm picking up a good amount. And then taking that, I like to just press this at the highest points of my cheeks. I'm placing this all over my cheeks as well. This is going to add a little bit of color into your skin, giving your skin that perfect glow, at the same time going to give you more of a colorful makeup look. All right, so now it's time to set everything, lock it in place. So you either want to use a finishing powder or a setting powder. I'm going to use a finishing powder, and I'm going to use this one by Black Opal. So as you can see, this is an oil control formula, so it's going to help lock in all the oils from all the liquid products and cream products that we've applied on the skin. But before doing that, I'm going to go in with the sponge for the concealer, and I'm going to press that underneath your eyes. And you want to do this to make sure you're getting rid of the creasing, and also you're going to help blend everything together before you lock it in place. Because if you apply that powder and you haven't blended everything out, it's not going to look blended. So after doing that, I like to take a fluffy brush and take a little bit on that, dust off the excess to make sure you're not placing too much. And I'm just pressing that right underneath my eyes to set that concealer. Now with setting powder, you want to get one that is lighter than your skin tone, close to the concealer color, or else the setting powder will make your under eyes look dark, which you don't want. So you want to pick a shade that is lighter than your skin. So like the shade of the concealer, this one that I'm using is in the shade Medium 03, which is lighter than my skin. So with the powder, you want to avoid placing the powder around this area because that's where we have that glow, and you want to leave that glow. So taking a little bit of that powder, I'm going to press this on my forehead as well. You just want to place it all over your skin where you apply the concealer and all the areas on your skin that get oily. All right, so now this is like one of the most important parts. So because this foundation is an oil-free foundation, I don't need to set it with powder because it's just going to cake up my face a little bit. Like I mentioned, I want my face to be breathable. So I'm gonna use a white powder instead, and this is called a blotting powder. I'm gonna use this one by Terry. I love this one because it lasts longer on the skin, so I don't have to touch up my makeup. So taking this powder and taking this brush by Deck of Scarlet, I like to just kind of go in with a lot of powder, and you want to use a flat brush like this. I like to take this and just pat this on this area right here because this area gets super oily, and this is going to help absorb all those oils on your skin. This is one of the most important parts for me because it's literally going to make your makeup stay like this all day long, because sometimes you can perfect the base of your makeup, but if you don't take care of this part right here, it's going to get oily and it's not going to last long. So this is what's going to get your makeup to last long. So you want to focus on the areas that get super oily, that you want to stay matte. You want to avoid placing the powder around here because this is where we get that glow, and we need the glow because it makes your skin look like skin. So you want to add a little bit of highlighter just to make sure the glow stays on your skin. So I'm going to use this RMS Living Glow face and body highlighter. So with highlighter, you want to be careful and not place too much, especially because this is a powdered highlighter. So I like to take it at the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to pat this right where I see all that glow, just to make sure that glow stays on all day. And you want to take a little bit of that powder, put it at the tip of your nose, and then whatever's left, I like to just kind of like pat it on my forehead so my forehead won't have too much highlighter. So here we have it with this perfect makeup base that you can put on with any type of glam. Don't forget to watch my tutorial over here where I go into detail on why your makeup is oily and how to fix it.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's